Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 20.2K subs, so keep up the good work, guys. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Great promos, especially with DraftKings. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets. So take advantage of that. Really great promo. They offer great boosts pretty much every day for every sport. So go ahead and check those out in the description below, guys. Huge slate today. All later games, which is nice. So no afternoon games. 15 matchups, starting with the Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at -125. Minnesota +105 with the over-under at 7.5. Twins coming into this matchup 4-6. Detroit 7-4. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 2.84. Pitching for Detroit is Tariq Skubal with an ERA of 2.92. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Skubal, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off an LA win. Detroit coming off a Pittsburgh win. Minnesota, they are just 1-4 against Detroit, so they haven't been the best head-to-head. But they are 8-4 on the road. The under's hit in Minnesota 6 of their last 9 on the road against Detroit, so maybe the under could be a play. I'd say not much of a pitching advantage here. And yeah, I think Minnesota's a good dog today, and I'll take a shot with the Twins +1.5. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -165. The Pirates +140 with the over-under at 9. Pirates coming into this matchup 9-4. The Phillies 7-6. Pitching for the Pirates is Bailey Falter with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Phillies is Christopher Sanchez with an ERA of 4.82. Falter, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 1 strikeout. Sanchez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. Pittsburgh on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Phillies loss yesterday, 5-1. Phillies on a 2-game winning streak. Big win against Pittsburgh yesterday. Pittsburgh is 5-14 against Philadelphia. And we're going to see. I mean, the Pirates are playing very good. And I don't know. Maybe this is a spot where they're vulnerable and don't play well on the road here. Because Falter is coming off a good game. His first start, though, he gave up 6 runs. Hopefully he doesn't repeat there. Sanchez giving up 2 and 3 runs. So about average, nothing crazy. Man, I'm just not in love with what I saw from the Pirates yesterday. That's what's so tough about baseball. It's a new day. They didn't come out to hit. Sometimes it's multiple days they don't hit. I think I'm going to roll with the Phillies at home today. I just didn't see enough from the Pirates yesterday to trust them today. Next matchup, we've got the San Francisco Giants versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Looking like it's a pick'em scenario. Both teams -110 with the over-under at 9. Giants coming into this matchup 5-8. The Rays 7-6. Pitching for the Giants is Keaton Wynn with an ERA of 5.73. Pitching for the Rays is Jacob Waquezpack with an ERA of 9.0. When his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Waquezpack, it looks like he's making his first start of the season. From what I'm seeing, he hasn't pitched since 2019. So yeah, we're gonna see what he looks like on the mound today. So yeah, not sure how I feel about that there. Win hasn't looked horrible on the mound, but Giants coming off a Washington win. Tampa Bay on a 2-game winning streak, coming off an back-to-back LA wins. Yeah, in a pick'em scenario, I just don't love the pitching for Tampa Bay today. We're going to see what it looks like on the mound. I'm just not in love with it. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Giants on the road here. They might also be underdogs as well, so I would take them plus 1.5 as well. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Baltimore Orioles. Looking like another pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 9. Brewers coming into this matchup 8-3. Baltimore 8-4. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.09. Pitching for the Orioles is Tyler Wells with an ERA of 4.76. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Wells, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Milwaukee on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Cincinnati win. Baltimore on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a Boston sweep, winning all 3 games there. Milwaukee, they're 9-2 against Baltimore, 5-1 on the road. I mean, this is a good matchup here. Both teams playing well coming into this matchup. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up 3 runs. I think I would take the home team here. I'm going to take the Orioles. Looked really good against Boston in that 3-game series. In a pick'em scenario, pretty much. I think I'm going to take Baltimore at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as big home favorites at minus 250. The Rockies plus 205 with the over-under at 8. Rockies coming into this matchup 3-10. Toronto 6-7. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 3.27. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 9.53. Feltner, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 5 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Colorado 2-8 in their last 10, coming off back-to-back Arizona losses. Toronto coming off a tough Seattle loss. Colorado 0-9 on the road against Toronto, 1-16 on the road. They just are not built for the road here. And yeah, I think we're going to roll with the Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 200. The Marlins plus 160 with the over-under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 7-4. The Marlins 2-11. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 18.0. Pitching for the Marlins is Trevor Rogers with an ERA of 5.40. Fried, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. He's had 2 rough starts this season, hasn't looked great to start the year. Rogers, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Braves coming off a 16-4 loss yesterday against the Mets. Really don't know. That was just a disaster game for the Braves yesterday. Miami coming off a big Yankees win. Atlanta is 14-6 against Miami, so they've been pretty dominant head-to-head. Miami 0-7 at home so far. I think we're going to get a much better game from Fried on the mound. Much better game from Atlanta. I like them to bounce back here. I'm going to take the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Royals plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 9-4. The Mets 5-7. Pitching for the Royals is Michael Wacha with an ERA of 2.25. Pitching for the Mets is Luis Severino with an ERA of 6.30. Wacha, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Severino, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. The Royals, I mean, man, they're hot right now. They are on a 7-game win streak. I mean, they're playing great. They're playing great right now, and coming off a Houston sweep. And man, they look really good. Mets starting to play better, coming off a big Braves win. The Royals are 4-2 against the Mets. The overs hit in 5 of their last 6 on the road against the Mets. Maybe the overs a play, but yeah, getting underdog money on the road. Huge win streak. Better pitching matchup, I'd say. I'll take a shot with the Royals plus 1.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Boston Red Sox. We're looking like at a pick'em scenario here. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 6-6. Boston 7-6. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 1.64. Pitching for the Red Sox is Tanner Houck with an ERA of 0. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. Houck, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts, hasn't given up a run in both of his starts this season. Angels on a 2-game losing streak coming off a Tampa Bay loss. And then Boston, a 3-game losing streak, just a rough Baltimore series. They did not play well in that one. Boston 0-7 at home here. The overs hit in 4 of their last 6 at home against LA, so maybe the over could be a play. I like Boston to get their first win at home here. Tanner Houck's been really great. I'll take the Red Sox at home today. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians. Yankees opening up as road favorites at minus 150. The Guardians plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 10-3. The Guardians 9-3. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 4.66. Pitching for the Guardians is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 4.50. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Carrasco, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Yankees, coming off a Miami loss, ending their winning streak they were on. Cleveland coming off a nice comeback White Sox win. The Yankees are 4-1 against Cleveland, so they've been good head-to-head. Cleveland 9-4 at home. I think they're a good dog today. They're playing well to start the season. Carrasco's been decent on the mound these last 2 games, coming off a 1-run game. And I think they're a good dog today. I'll take a shot with the Cleveland plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago White Sox. Reds opening up as road favorites at minus 180. The White Sox plus 145 with the over-under at 9.5. The Reds coming into this matchup 6-6. The White Sox 2-10. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 3.48. Pitching for the White Sox is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 5.91. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Reds coming off back-to-back Brewers losses. The White Sox coming off a Cleveland loss. They've just been a mess to start the season. Cincinnati, they are just 1-4 against the White Sox. They have not been good against Chicago here, but this is a much different Chicago White Sox team. Yeah, I like the Reds here. I just don't trust the White Sox. I'm going to roll with Cincinnati on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Rangers plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 7-6. The Astros 4-10. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 4.15. Pitching for the Astros is JP France with an ERA of 4.76. Dunning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. France, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Rangers coming off a Oakland loss 1-0, just a disappointing hitting game for the Rangers last game. Remember, these teams just had a 4-game series, both teams splitting 2 wins. Houston getting swept against the Royals in that 3-game series. They did not look good. The Rangers 13-1 on the road. They're 5-0 on the road against Houston here. And with how bad Houston's played, we saw this series go back and forth earlier. I think I'll take a shot with Houston. I'm sorry, I take a shot with the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Cubs plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 7-5. The Mariners 5-8. Pitching for the Cubs is Jordan Wicks with an ERA of 4.15. Pitching for the Mariners is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.0. Wicks, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Cubs, coming off a bad Padres loss 10-2. Seattle coming off a big Toronto win 6-1. Cubs are 7-1 against Seattle. The overs hit in 5 of their last 5 on the road against Seattle here. And I haven't seen enough from Seattle. They have not looked good to me. I think Cubs getting plus money on the road. They're a good dog today. I'll take the Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Cardinals plus 105 with the over-under at 9.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 6-7. Arizona also 6-7. Pitching for the Cardinals is Steven Matz with an ERA of 1.74. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Pfaadt with an ERA of 5.06. Matz, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pfaadt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Cardinals coming off a Phillies loss. Arizona on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Colorado wins. St. Louis 5-1 on the road against Arizona, where they've been really good. And I don't know. Not just looking at this matchup here, pretty identical. Matz has been good in his 2 starts, coming off a 0-run game, and I think they're a decent dog today. They have been good on the road, 5-1 on the road against Arizona. I think I'll take a shot with the Cardinals plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Oakland Athletics. Oakland opening up as home favorites at minus 135. Washington plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Washington coming into this matchup 5-7. Oakland 5-8. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 5.73. Pitching for Oakland is Paul Blackburn with an ERA of 0. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Blackburn, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Blackburn coming up back-to-back 0-run games here. Washington coming off a San Francisco loss. Oakland 4-1 in their last 5, playing pretty decent here, coming off a Rangers win. Washington is 5-0 against Oakland, so they've been very good head-to-head here. And Washington getting underdog value on the road here. I think not in love with Oakland as a favorite, even though they are playing well. I'll take Washington plus 1.5 on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The Padres plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 7-8. The Dodgers 10-5. Pitching for the Padres is Michael King with an ERA of 3.14. Pitching for the Dodgers is Yoshinobu Yamamoto with an ERA of 4.09. King, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Yamamoto coming off back-to-back 0-run games here. Padres coming off a big Cubs win. Dodgers coming off a tough Minnesota loss. Padres, they are not good against the Dodgers. 4-10 against LA, 6-14 on the road against the Dodgers. They just have been bad against the Dodgers here. Dodgers 14-6 at home against the Padres. Love Yamamoto on the mound, coming off his back-to-back great starts. And yeah, I think I'm going to lean with the Dodgers at home here. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.